It's a process experts have explained before. What goes here ends up here, and some of that ends up here. Samples to be tested for traces of COVID-19.
With a single sample, we can monitor the health of an entire community, which is very powerful and very cost-effective.
Tyler Radnicki, an Oregon State University professor, leads the sewer surveillance program, which started small in 2020.
Where the goal was to go into communities and estimate the prevalence of COVID-19 in a community through both door-to-door random nasal swab assays as well as wastewater surveillance.
Throughout the pandemic, data from these samples reflected the bumps and surges of the virus.
It really does ebb and flow, and you can kind of see things coming through the state in waves.
The current data shows most communities are seeing a plateau or a decrease in the amount of COVID present. About 40 communities participating in that program right now.
The wastewater treatment plants in these communities, they collect a sample over a day, they filter it, and then they mail it to us. And once we get it in the mail, we then extract the virus off of that filter. At that point, we can quantify the concentration of the virus in the wastewater, and we can also run it through our sequencing facility to determine what variants are present.
It's been 1 month since the state dropped most COVID protocols. Masks are now merely a suggestion, and the virus isn't as front and center. Radnicki says tracking COVID through wastewater is perhaps the best way to monitor moving forward.
Wastewater is extremely reliable, more reliable oftentimes than case counts as well. This type of surveillance is very passive, so you as an individual don't have to do anything. You go about and live your normal life, and you are still contributing to our samples.
That's why the Oregon Health Authority announced that the program is sticking around. OSU will monitor wastewater until 2023. The pandemic isn't over, but these small samples with even smaller molecular evidence of disease,
another sense of what the general health of your area is,
could have a big impact down the road.
Early warning for any potential future waves, that can be very important. Even if it dies down over the summer, for instance, what's going to happen by next fall.
And this data collected is very important to state and local leaders, decision makers, but you can access it yourself. There's a dashboard the same way there is for hospitalizations and case counts, for example. You can see information about a city in particular. We've selected Portland. You get a data overview about the viral concentrations of COVID-19 in the wastewater over time. You can see if they've increased, decreased, or even plateaued. You're also able to tell if there are any variants of concern. We'll have more on this dashboard up now on KGW.com.